Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. Well, as you can probably see from the skies behind me, it's nice and clear, and I'm hoping it's going to stay clear all night. I haven't been able to get much imaging done over the last few nights because we've had Cyclone Cody passing by the North Island. It's kind of a little further out to the east and a little more south now, so I think here we're past the worst of it. But we were certainly getting hit by a lot of cloud and a lot of strong wind, which has resulted in kicking up this swell you can see behind. The surfers have been happy though. They've been out there catching lots of waves. Not really that skilled at surfing yet, still trying to get to the point where I can even stand up, but I'll keep practicing. So what am I going to image tonight? I'm not really sure yet. I thought maybe I could look at another target that's low in the sky out to the north, like I did with the Monkey Head Nebula. Trouble is, some of them are really low, like the Flaming Star Nebula and the Tadpole Nebula. They're about 21 degrees. There is the Jellyfish Nebula. I think it's a little higher at about 38 degrees, so that's a possibility. But I do have a very bright moon that is kind of over in that direction. So I'll wait till it gets dark, and once I've polar aligned and see where the moon is and see where these targets are, then I'll make a decision. Okay, so I'm out on a walk this morning through some of the bush that's behind the houses here, trying to think of some inspiration for a target tonight. I'm not sure what to image. I know the moon is going to be really bright, so it's probably going to have to be just HA only. But I'm just trying to think of what's going to be quite good. I've thought about going for one of those Northern Hemisphere targets again, like the Tadpole Nebula, but it's really too low, and with the bright moon I had a go at it. You could see the tadpoles, but I just don't think it's worth continuing. So at this stage, if it was a new moon or no moon, I would do that, but I think I'm going to have to go for something more appropriate given the moon brightness. So I'll have a think, see if I can get some inspiration from somewhere. So I've just come down for a walk on the beach, still trying to get some inspiration on what exactly to film tonight. As you can see, it looks like it's going to be clear again. I just turned around here and you have it behind me, just looking across the beach now to sea. So yeah, maybe on this walk I'll find some inspiration in what would be a good target to film if it stays clear tonight. Trawler has come into the bay, and there's a whole lot of damn seagulls in the way. Go away, seagulls. Ruining my shot. Still can't quite think of what to image. I'll have a snooze and maybe it'll come to me. Oh, oh, what a nightmare. I know what to image. Right, so by now you should have guessed that I am imaging the Seagull Nebula, also known as IC2177 and various other catalogue names, and it's easily located just beneath Sirius. Now I've got my background here in Stellarium as if I'm at home, but I'm actually up at Langs Beach. I don't have a background for Langs Beach yet. Now if we just zoom in here, as I said, from Sirius come down, there's this rather large nebula here, the Seagull Nebula, which you can see across here. It actually spans 100 light years and is about 3,800 light years from Earth. Now it gets its name because it looks like a bird with the wings here. Perhaps it should have been called the Parrot Nebula because the head looks a bit more like a parrot, and in fact this area I understand is also known as the Parrot Nebula. So, but I think it's more commonly goes by the name of the Seagull Nebula. I think it's primarily HA, this area here, but there is some O3 down here which I'm hoping to pick up. I'm not sure how much S2 there will be to pick up through the filter, but we'll see. Now if we have a look at Telescopius, which I've pulled up here, this is the framing that I'll be having to use. I can't get the whole nebula into my field of view, so 840 millimeters is the focal length of the Skywatcher Esprit 120, and this is the camera, the ASI 2600mm Pro, and that gives me this framing. I've framed it, I'm going to frame it up like this because I think it's got the head and it probably has the more interesting areas of the wings of the seagull, with the rest looking a little bit faint out to the edges. So unless I did a mosaic, I wouldn't be able to fit the whole thing in. So that is how I'm going to have it framed up, and I'm hoping to collect a few hours on it, somewhere between 10 and 20 hours. I don't know, it depends what the weather does. Yeah, fingers crossed that I get some good data to show at the end of the video. Okay, so it's actually night 2 because night 1 was a bit of a disaster. Firstly, I had connection problems trying to get Nina to talk to the Pagasus Astro focus cube. Something to do with COM port issues. I got that sorted out and finally got it working. Then when it came to doing the focusing, I was still having my issue where, although I get a really nice V curve, it was not coming back to that nice focus point. It was landing somewhere outside of that, so I was getting blurred stars, and I would have to manually put it back into focus. So that's something further to work through. And then of course at 1 o'clock in the morning the clouds came over and everything disappeared. So that was the end of that. So not many frames were captured at all. Anyway, tonight I'm hoping that the clouds will stay away and the gremlins, and I'll just be concentrating on some HA because as you can see behind, the moon is really, well, almost full. It's 99.3%, and it's going to be bright as through the sky. So just going to be shooting HA. That's all I can really do in this kind of moon. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. Well, surprisingly, the focus seems to be working okay tonight. I don't really know why it wasn't working the other nights. It is doing a nice V-curve, as you can see, and seems to be coming back to the correct focus point. I fortunately had no issues with connecting to the focuser this time, so that all worked. Unfortunately, the clouds have kind of made an appearance again around 1 AM like it did last night, and I'm starting to lose my subs because there's too many clouds rolling through during my 5-minute exposures. So I'm going to keep on going for a little longer because it looks like it has cleared again for a bit. But if this continues, I think I'll just call it quits for the night and pack up and get some sleep. Right, well, it took a few more nights than expected to collect the 14 hours of data I got on the Seagull nebula, but we got there in the end. There were more cloudy nights than expected, and quite a few more technical difficulties actually, but I think I've got those sorted out now. So you can see behind me, it's clear again tonight, so on to the next target. But anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like button. And to all those who are watching the videos and have subscribed, thanks very much. Helps the channel, which is fantastic. And yeah, here's my image of IC2177 or the Seagull nebula.